Hey guys, today we have Shiva and he's having almost 2 years of experience in Java, Spring Boot and microservices domain. And those who want to give same free mock interview, please fill out the form below in the description. So now let's get started. Hey, hello Shiva, how are you?
Yeah, hi Faisal. Hello.
Uh, yes, can we start? Shall
Yeah,
we
yeah,
start? Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Can you please introduce yourself and your recent project in brief?
Yeah, hi Faisal.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, my name is Shiva. I am
Mm-hmm.
working as a Java developer
Mm-hmm.
from past around 2 years. I am working
Mm-hmm.
in a product-based company.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, my project is conversion migrating project. We are converting an ride-hailing app which is currently in the PHP version. We are
Mm-hmm.
converting into the Java using we are using Spring Webflux, Spring Boot, and Java microservice, and we are using latest technology like five based
Mm-hmm.
Redis and also the Spring Webflux like that.
Okay, so to which Java version?
Yeah, we are using the currently Java 17.
Java 17. What are the new features available in Java 17?
Yeah, main compared to the Java 8 version, we have new features like record classes, Java record classes, which was
Hmm.
enabled in the Java 7.
Okay, so have you heard about sealed classes?
Uh, no, not much sealed classes now.
Okay, it's fine. Uh, have you used method overloading and overriding?
Yeah, I didn't use method overloading and overriding.
Hmm.
Basically, I know the concept because in the one which has the same method names and the different parameters like that we use.
Okay, so if two methods have the same name and parameters but only differ in the
Yeah,
return type, is it valid overloading?
I didn't get it.
If two methods have the same name and parameters
Yeah.
but only differ in return type, is it valid
Yeah,
overloading?
yeah, no, no. In method overloading, we same name and different number of parameters like that.
It won't be a method overloading, right?
I guess so. I didn't use it. I know the concept. That's it. I didn't use
Okay,
it
okay.
anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not possible. I mean, method overloading requires a different parameter list. Return
Parameters.
type alone doesn't differentiate methods. Okay. What's the difference between string, string builder, and string buffer?
Yeah, mainly strings are immutable,
Hmm.
and where string builder and string buffer are mutable. Uh,
Okay.
and also, string buffer is a thread safe.
Hmm.
Yeah, and compared to others,
Okay.
that's the main difference. Mutable and immutable.
Have you used these string, string builder, string buffer in your project?
I have used strings, not much of string builder and string buffers.
Okay.
Yeah,
In a loop appending 10,000 times in a single threaded process, which one would you choose and why?
single threaded process.
Uh-huh.
Appending, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I will choose string builder to append functions.
Why?
Yeah, basically these are mutable like that,
Hmm.
and also
Yeah,
yeah, single thread.
Builder is a preferred choice because it is faster and sufficient in a single threaded context.
If it is in a multi-threaded concept, I will prefer string buffer like that.
Hmm. Correct, correct. Okay, so Shiva, I would like to share one important thing with you. Actually, we had launched complete interview preparation material, structure step by step, by myself, experts, and MNC's interviewers. And the best part is that now no one need to go anywhere else to prepare interviews. There's a 99% chance that interviewers will ask questions from this material. So basically, it contain a lot of material categorized by experience level. Means each experience levels has different material with all possible interview question and answers for Java, Spring Framework, Maven, Git, Spring Boot, Spring Security, Spring Data JPA, Kafka, microservices, Java coding questions, Stream API coding questions, and many more. I have provided the link to get this in the below description. If someone needs this material plus two real client enterprise projects for reference plus one-on-one lifetime doubt sessions and reference to the big MNCs, then they should check the interview preparation kit. I will provide the link for this as well in the description below. So now moving to our interview. So what's the use of the object class in Java?
Object class. Yeah,
Yes.
object class is a super class in Java.
Hmm.
Uh,
What
Java
are the methods available in the object class?
object class.
Hmm.
What are methods are available in the object class?
Default methods.
Default methods.
Hmm.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are multiple methods. For example, toString
Yeah, okay. Yeah, tool
equals
string.
hash code. Okay.
Hash code. Yeah.
How does exception handling work in Java?
Uh, Exception handling. So
Mm-hmm.
we have different types of exception, runtime exceptions like that, and also the mainly coming to we annotate with the at controller advice from we use for the global exception handlers. We
Mm-hmm.
use controller advice, and we will write our custom exceptions for not found exceptions and the uh, 404, 403, and also 400, and also 401. And also if we needed any new status code, for example, in our system we needed a 440 exception where we want to throw the exception when the uh, uh, token is expired to say the client that this
Mm-hmm.
token has been user has been logged out. We have used the custom exception handler, and we have thrown using 440 exception, which is not a HTTPS code, but to maintain distinguish between other codes
Mm-hmm.
and the this code, we between client and the server we have created a new exception 440
Mm-hmm.
to communicate with the server and client for the logouts. Like
Okay. Okay. What happens if both try and finally blocks have return statement? Which one executes
try and finally.
try and finally?
Yeah, yeah. Basically, try is used for the catching the type of the exception and returning. Uh, really, mm, no, I didn't. No.
Okay. So basically, both methods may have return statements, but the return in the finally overrides the one in the try and will be executed.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because finally always execute. Finally blocks. You
Yeah.
are aware, right?
Yeah. Finally, always execute
Uh,
whether it throws exception or not.
yes. What are the difference between an interface and an abstract class?
Yeah, basically, abstract class which contains the methods which does not have the implementation. We use the interface to achieve the 100% of the abstraction.
Mhm.
Uh,
Okay. What's like can an interface have a constructor in Java 8 or later?
Interface have constructor.
Are you
Uh,
sure?
no, I think so.
No, interfaces cannot have constructors.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Uh, what are wrapper classes in Java?
Yeah, yeah. Wrapper classes in Java like it the primitive data type like
Mm-hmm.
for int we have the integer for
Mm-hmm.
uh we have double classes. In
Mm-hmm.
that we have boxing, auto boxing, and non auto boxing like that when we convert the integer to the wrapper class data.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. And what is autoboxing and unboxing?
Or auto boxing and unboxing, which is convert from the primitive data value to the wrapper class data
Mm-hmm.
value, and vice versa. Like
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Mm. What is a static block in Java?
I didn't get it.
What is a
Stat-
static block in Java? Static block.
Static keyword.
No, no, static block. Static block.
Static block.
Yes.
I know the dot block in the web flux.
No, no, it is actually used to initialize static variables and executes once when the class is loaded.
Okay, yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
So how can you delay static block from executing until a method is called?
And I didn't remember quite exactly.
Okay. So I don't know whether you are aware or not, but a static block always execute first once class loaded. Okay. So we cannot delay it. It runs when the class loads. It automatically runs. But we can use lazy initialization in a static method instead.
Okay.
Okay. What are access modifiers and their types?
Yeah, access modifiers like we have
Yes.
private, public,
Mm-hmm.
like that. We have public means it can be used from anywhere, and private means within the class, and
Mm-hmm.
another we have the protected one like that.
Okay.
Protected.
Okay. Can you use both private and protected for a method simultaneously?
Both protected and private
Mm-hmm.
parameter. I think though.
No, we cannot use.
Yeah,
Only
we
one
can.
access modifier per method.
Modifier can be used.
Correct. What's the use of instance of operator?
Object dot instance of means
Uh,
instance.
Instance of it is a operator.
Yeah.
Do you
Uh,
know what's the use of this operator?
which I mean we use while comparing, and it is an instance of this like that we will use in that way. Is it correct?
Not accurately correct, but yeah, if it is check if an object is an instance of a
Instance
specific
of
class or
okay.
subclass. Okay. Okay. So what are the key dependencies in a Spring Boot web project?
Yeah, your Spring Webflux, you're asking to
Mm-hmm.
normal Spring. Yeah, we use Spring Starter Pack, and we
Mm-hmm.
use for the normal Spring Boot project, we use the
Mm-hmm.
JDBC, Spring
Okay.
Data JPA, and also coming to the Spring Webflux, we use Spring R2DBC
Mm-hmm.
dependencies and the PostgreSQL, MySQL, and also we use the
Mm-hmm.
Lombok, and also we use the which all these are libraries depending used in the POM XML
Mm-hmm.
file,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, for for the circuit breakers we use resilient 4J. For the fallback operations we use that resilience 4J,
Okay.
and we use, if anything is needed we will get it from the manual repository.
Okay. Let's say your REST controller is not being detected. What dependency might be missing?
Might not be detected.
Yeah, yeah, REST controller is not being detected.
uh, it would come Spring Starter Pack, I think so.
Spring Boot Starter Web.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yes, that is
Okay.
Spring Desktop.
Okay. So how does auto configuration work in Spring Boot?
Uh, Auto configuration.
Uh-huh.
Basically, auto configuration, uh, not getting exactly.
Hmm?
I'm not getting it. Enable configuration.
Have you used auto configuration in Spring Boot?
I may have used, but I'm not getting the new yet.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Basically, it auto configures beans based on the class path entries and
Oh,
properties by using enable auto configuration we use in the main
yeah.
entry
Enable
point,
auto
right?
configuration rotation.
Hmm. How do you disable a specific auto configuration
In
class?
the brackets, in the
We may
brackets,
exclude.
we will mention that.
Hmm. Okay. So what's the purpose of command line runner?
Command line, no.
Hmm.
Where
We
we
generally use this in the main method of Spring Boot application.
command line, I didn't get it.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine because this is not, commonly used. We may use or we may not. Basically, it is used to execute code after the Spring Boot app starts.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So what are the some common annotations we generally use in Spring Boot application?
We use at the REST controller, and we use at the data at the repository service, and also at the component configuration.
Okay. So
Um,
can you use controller and REST controller together in the same class?
Basically, REST control is a combination of the controller and the REST method. We don't need to use the controller annotation, which basically is provided in the REST control annotation.
Okay. How do you handle cross origin requests in Spring Boot?
We disable the cross origin
Mm-hmm.
in the sec in by allowing the particular servers local host like that in the we will maintain the course config file in that we will mention that.
Okay. Let's say your front end gets a course error despite using cross origin annotation. What else might be missing?
Yeah, the allowing of methods, type of methods which we have to allow for that server.
Mm. Okay. Okay. So how do you validate request data in Spring Boot?
Uh, how do you validate?
Request data, request body.
Yeah, request body, which we can use the uh, we use at the validator class, Spring validator class, and we will mention in the, for example, we are getting the post request and getting the data into the our request body, and the, for example, we have the employee
Mhm.
class. We are getting the data into the employee class. We will annotate the fields which we have to validate, for example, according to our validation, first name validations like that, and we will
Mhm.
in the controller class, we will validate there by using a validator class like that.
Mhm.
Validator.
Okay. Okay. So, what's the difference between application YAML and application properties?
Yeah, application YAML and application properties.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, current application properties is the old version. We are using the application YAML, which is
Mm-hmm.
in the ordered manner.
Okay.
Ordered manner.
Let's say you switch from properties to YAML, but now the application fails. What could go wrong?
We have switched from application dot properties to the YAML file.
Yes.
Yeah, we removed the properties file.
Yes, yes. We switched from properties to YAML, but now the application fails. What could go wrong?
Application fails.
Applications, I
Indent.
mean Spring
I
Boot
mean,
application.
may wrong due to the type of profile which we are using, and also the level. I mean the, what do you say, indentations. The values
Mm.
has to be correctly given one after the other on the below
There
that.
might have indentation errors, right? There might
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
space because it is
Spacing errors.
sensitive to spaces also. Okay. Have you used actuator?
Actuator is used to know the application health. We have added the
Mm-hmm.
dependency, but we haven't used it. We will main use for the track the health status of our application.
Okay. So how do you expose custom metrics using actuator?
Custom matrix. Yeah, I don't know. We didn't use that particular.
Hmm?
No, I haven't used it particularly. We haven't. We have added the dependency. That's it.
Okay. How do you secure actuator endpoints? Do you know?
Actually, no. Normal rest endpoints or the actuator.
Actuator endpoints or normal endpoints, both.
Yeah, we use Spring Security like that. Spring Security, we use Spring Security, and
Okay.
currently we are using the OAuth 2.
Auth 2. How can we enable Auth 2?
By first we have to add the Spring Security dependency, and
Hmm.
in the mainly Spring Security dependency, and we will in the web filter or the security config, we will add the uh,
Hmm.
JWK's certificates URLs, and also the introspect endpoints that we have to, the ID which we are using to introspect the tokens, and we will interchange with the IDE. The not the IDE, we are using the open like Okta we are using the open
Mhm.
configuration IDE. We send the token to them. It will send us the is it a token valid or not, like that.
Mhm. Okay. So, how do you use value annotation in Spring Boot application?
At that valid annotation.
Value annotation, value.
At that value annotation, which is used to get the data from the application dot properties or YAML,
Mhm.
inject the values into it.
Okay. Let's say you use value annotation but still get a bean creation exception. What's wrong?
Yeah, for example, uh, at that value can be from the using the Spring stereo or Spring at that value, and also we have the Lombok at that
Hmm.
value. Also, if we uh, import different one, it will throw
Hmm.
error.
Okay. What are the entity relationships in JPA?
One to many, many to one, one to
Okay.
one.
Let's say you mapped one to many without mapped by. Okay. And it is created an extra join table. What's the reason?
Have mapped the one to many relation.
Without
Okay.
mapped by.
Uh, yeah.
It's created an extra join table. And my question is like why it is created an extra join table?
We have been used map by.
Okay, okay. Yeah, it's fine. What's the use of entity annotation and ID annotations?
ID annotation is used to tell it is a primary key, and entity annotation it is used to say that this is the table that we are using between the transaction with the database and the application.
Okay. What will happen if you forget to annotate the ID field with ID annotation?
What will happen at that ID?
Hmm.
Uh, Basically, it won't. I think uh, I didn't face anytime this issue.
Hmm.
Basically, it will throw error like primary key does not exist like that.
Hmm.
Does it
Correct.
correct?
Yeah, it will throw an error mapping exception
Yeah.
as it cannot identify the primary key.
Yeah, primary.
Hmm. Okay. What is optimistic locking in JPA?
Optimistic locking.
Uh,
When the two transactions are blocked, like that.
Actually, it prevents lost updates. Have you used version failed?
No, I haven't used version
Yeah, yeah,
for.
it's related to the version annotation.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
it's fine. What are some common challenges in microservice architecture?
In microservice architecture, mainly the database connections. We have to use database, and also we have
Okay.
the handling of the microservice
Mhm.
become complex compared to the
Okay.
monolithic.
Hmm.
But identification of errors would be easy when compared to in microservice, where the error has been thrown like that.
How do you handle service discovery in microservices?
Service,
Service discovery in microservices.
service discovery,
Uh-huh.
using gateway.
Yeah, anyway, we can use Eureka, right?
Yeah, Eureka, and also we can use this one, which
Console.
starts with Netflix. Has one of the gateway
Mm,
for, yeah, that one we can use.
correct, correct. Okay, so your service is registered with Eureka, but clients cannot find it. What might be missing? Have
Service
you
is
used Eureka?
Eureka.
Your service is registered with Eureka, but clients can't find it. What might be missing?
Oh, basically configuration in the YAML file like that. In any mention.
Yeah, there might have different things that can be missed, but majorly clients may miss some configuration related stuff, or it client, I mean, or we may miss enable Eureka client annotation.
Okay.
Okay. So what is circuit breaker pattern and why it is used?
Only we use for the fallback mechanisms. For
Mm-hmm.
example, we whenever the request fails, we will use that to fall back to happen this one to do this one in that.
Okay. Okay. A downstream service is down. How can circuit breaker help you system remain responsive?
A downstream is failed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, downstream service is down. How can circuit breaker help your system remain responsive?
It awaits.
I mean, the answer is simple. You already given. It fails fast and return fallback method instead of
Yeah.
hanging or
Yeah,
retrying.
it goes for the fallback method, which was
It will go
when the
to the
downstream
fallback
is
methods.
fallback method.
Okay. Okay. What's the difference between install package and deploy in Maven?
Maven package and Maven install.
Yes.
Yeah, when coming to the Maven install, it's cleans Maven clean install. Coming to the
Mm-hmm.
Maven clean install, it removes the old target files and generates the new target files,
Mm-hmm.
and checks for the test cases. Any test cases has been runs all the test cases. Coming to the package, Maven clean package, it's bundles together. Basically, we use this package Maven package when we use in our custom SPI. We have used in custom SPI. We are using any external dependencies in that way. We will use.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Let's say your edit jar is not
Yeah,
downloading. What steps can you take to resolve it?
I didn't get it. Sorry.
Let's say you have added a jar in
Hmm.
your POM, and while running your project, it's not able to download it, right? I mean, we are not able to fetch the things available in that jar, right? So, what steps you can take to resolve it?
It is added in the pom.xml. You're saying in the dependencies.
Yes.
Uh, uh, I think we have to add in the plugin also in that plugin mentioned.
Okay. And then,
And we have to rebuild it once again. We have to rebuild and check the build is correct or not, and we have to check for the version, the current version which you are using.
okay. Okay. So, which Git collaboration tool you guys are using?
We are using Bitbucket for the code maintenance, and Bitbucket we are using.
Okay. What's the difference between Git rebase and Git merge?
Git rebase, Git merge is used to merge the code into the particular branch to other,
Mhm.
and rebase is used to, I mean, the Git rebase, right? This is
Rebase
used
means fetch the things
in
into a
the
feature branch from
so
main branch. Rebase rewrites history for a linear log.
okay,
Merge preserves commit history with a merge commit.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so moving ahead, what might you prefer rebase over merge for a feature branch? Sorry, why might you prefer rebase over merge for a feature branch?
Rebase over merge.
Uh, okay, so how do you resolve merge conflicts?
Basically, when the conflicts occur,
Mm-hmm.
we will, I mean, we'll check from the our server file and the current file what are
Mm-hmm.
the issues we are doing. We will open it on our editor, and we will import the all the one, and we resolve the conflicts like that.
Locally,
In local we can do in our IDE.
have you used Git Tortoise?
No, no. In
No.
it, yeah,
Okay. Okay. So what does Git stash do?
Git stash.
Mm,
Yeah. For example, when we are switching from one branch to other branch, we haven't
mhm,
committed the files. It would
mhm.
be in the stash. It can be recovered after the work afterwards by using restore. You can
Okay.
restore the stash files to our that particular branch.
Okay. Okay. So, do you know about code reviews and peer reviews?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. So, I mean, all these things happen in your project?
yeah, yeah. All these things happen.
Okay. So, who reviews your code?
Yeah, our manager. I mean, team lead.
Team lead. Okay. And do you have access to merge into the main branch?
I don't have the to the
Mm,
uh, access to the merge, but I have the access to verify the PR. We have the three guys.
mhm,
Whenever the code has to be merged for the main branch, it has to be verified by at least two-person. One is from the team lead, and one is me or another one has to verify it
mhm.
from our
Okay.
juniors.
Okay. Okay. So, what happens? Let's say if someone merged the code into the main branch. And okay, so let's take another example. So let's say you guys have a production today and you find some issues in your main branch. So what would you do?
We will try to analyze the issue, and if issue can be fixed instantaneously, we will do that, or also we will roll back the version.
Okay. Yes, okay, Shiva. It's done from my end, and it was a nice interview.